Welcome to another episode of the Sun Foundation's virtual clean water celebration, Clean Water Champions. Going to the zoo, zoo, zoo. How about you? Today our field trip takes us down to the Illinois River with the herpetologist from the Peoria Zoo, Doug Holmes. So what is the relationship between frogs and toads and snakes and turtles, reptiles and amphibians, and the river?
Hi, I'm Doug Holmes. I work at the Peoria Zoo. I'm the herpetologist there at the zoo. I take care of the reptiles and the amphibians. We're here at the Clean Water Celebration today. We're going to talk a little bit about conservation, a little bit about what we can do to help save the environment. We have Kermit the Frog here today. Frogs are really cool, what we call indicator species. They're much like sponges. So whatever's in the water seems to affect the amphibians. So if there are very few amphibians, probably we have a water quality issue. Everybody likes Kermit, that's why I bring him. It also helps kids talk about some of the issues that we really have. We also have been talking about Skip the Straw. We always have Skip the Straw Day at the Clean Water Celebration. We want you to stop using straws. Now these straws are used for about 2 minutes and then they're discarded. These things will last maybe 400 years, a long time. So we're trying to give you a little bit of better alternative. So we have things like we have latex or rubber straws. You can buy these for a few dollars and these will last for many years. We have bamboo straws. These are actually a paper product made out of bamboo. You can use these and reuse them and eventually throw them away. Bamboo is something that is harvested and can easily be made, so this is a really good environmental product. And then we also have metal straws. Now I've had these metal straws for maybe 10 years now, so they last a long time. You just wash them off, throw them in the dishwasher, wash them off with a little hot water soap, and you can continue to reuse and reuse them. Or like myself, I just try not to use a straw at all, and that way you don't have to worry about what to do with this or any one of those products. Also want to talk a little bit about the use of plastics. We know there's a lot of plastic out in the environment. Everybody seems to have the plastic bag. You know, what do you do with these things, unfortunately? These things will last many years out in the environment. These things, when they're floating around in the water and whatnot, will be eaten by things like birds, like ducks and geese, by turtles, by other fish, and they're just not really good to use. So what we really suggest, if you can, try to go to paper. There's always paper bags out there. Paper bags are inexpensive. They're actually part of the recycling product. When they make lumber, they use that paper to be ground up and made into paper bags. These things, you know, you can use them, reuse it, and then eventually throw it away. But try to do what you can to help save the environment. The Peoria Zoo is working with what we call the Alligator Snapping Turtle Recovery Program. Alligator snapping turtles are one of the largest freshwater turtles in North America. They can weigh anywhere from a few ounces all the way up to about 250 pounds, so they can get very large. This particular species of turtle can live to be well over 100 years. We think they can probably live to be well over 150 years. Now a lot of the turtles we know, as well as the amphibians, the frogs, the snakes, things like that, the lizards, we know that these animals actually predate the dinosaurs, so they've been around for a long time. So we want to do what we can, our part, to help save these animals. One of the things I do is take care of the reptiles here at the Peoria Zoo, and I've been doing that for about 35 years. The turtle I'm holding is an alligator snapping turtle. Now the Peoria Zoo, with the Department of Natural Resources and Paul Ritter and his kids over at Pontiac High School, they're helping raise up these turtles so we can take them out and release them back into the wild. This particular turtle, when he gets really big, possibly 250 pounds, huge turtle. Now he eats things like fish and frogs. He might take down an occasional bird. But they're really cool animals. They're very highly endangered in our state. The only turtles that we know of in the state are the ones that we've actually released. So there's not that many turtles out there. Try not to get bitten. He's got a very large, powerful jaw. If you look inside his mouth, you see that little pink fleshy thing, and that's his tongue. He'll wiggle that around. It'll attract a fish. Fish will swim right into his mouth, and that's how he's going to catch his food. Pretty neat turtle. One of the things you can do to help save turtles like this and other turtles, if you see them on the road, try to drive around them, try not to run over them. Possibly if you're with your mom and dad, you might want to go, actually, if you can, pull off the road, pick him up and take him out of harm's way so he's not going to get run over. Really, really cool turtle though. Alligator snapping turtle. This is a large alligator snapping turtle shell. This turtle would have weighed about probably 150 pounds, 125 to 150 pounds. Huge, huge turtle. Unfortunately, so many of these were eaten over the years, and that's why they have disappeared. One of the things you can do, you know, if you really want to help in conservation, you really want to help try to stop putting chemicals and whatnot in the environment. Try to do a little less ChemLawn, have your mom do a little less fertilizing and things like that. Try to make sure to pick up your trash. Don't throw bottles down, don't throw plastic bags down, things like that, because that all has an effect on the animals. And we all want to see these animals survive. We want them to be there for many, many generations to come for you and your grandchildren. Well, this is the underside of an alligator snapping turtle shell. Unfortunately, it wasn't well cleaned up, but this is his backbone, just like your spinal column runs up and down your back. And the rest of it is permanently fused to this. If there's a break in his spinal column, though, he would actually die. If there's a crack in his shell, we might be able to save him. So if you find a turtle that's been hurt or injured, you might bring him to the zoo, call the zoo. We might be able to find somebody that can actually help the turtle and get him back out into the wild. But a cool, cool animal, alligator snapping turtle shell. This is a turtle that's very common in Central Illinois. This is called a red-eared slider. And it's called a red-eared slider if he sticks his head out, which I kind of doubt he's going to do. He's got a little red right behind his eye. This primarily is a fish eater. A lot of these turtles unfortunately get run over. This is the turtle that your mom and dad might have had as a pet years and years ago that came out of the pet shop. The itty bitty turtle that grew up, well, this is what it's going to look like. It's a very, very beautiful turtle. It can eat lots and lots of fish. It really deserves to be out in a river, in a large lake, in a pond. They don't do too well in captivity. The best thing to do if you find a turtle like this, you might keep him at home for a few days, but then take him out and let him go, because they do deserve to be outside, out in the wild. You too can visit the Peoria Zoo at any time. We'd like to talk to you. Any questions about any of the animals? We have a very, very nice collection of highly endangered species. One of the things AZA zoos do is they're actively involved with conservation. We're the largest conservation organization in the world. They give billions and billions of dollars for direct conservation to help save species. We have some really cool species there. We have golden frogs that are highly endangered. You might only see them in captivity. We have some of the lemurs, some of the primates, very, very highly endangered. We have the Amber tiger, a very, very cool animal. So come out to the zoo and come see me, and we'd like to talk to you.
Thank you, Doug. So many great ideas. I mean, packed into that really short interview. And isn't that alligator snapping turtle gorgeous? I have to admit, I love alligator snapping turtles. And red-eared sliders, and think about all the varieties of frogs and toads. I think there's at least 20. And you can go down to the river or the wetlands near your home, and by listening to frog songs, you get a sense of how clean the water is. They are indicator species. Pay attention. We can learn from these creatures, and we can be better clean water champions.